Nicole, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make lotion bars. So you need 3 main ingredients to make lotion bars. One is coconut oil, cocoa butter, and beeswax. You also need something to put them in, so you need some silicone molds. I've seen different things used with it. I tried using a cookie cutter today, which kind of worked, but I'll show you how to do that later. So beeswax is going to be one of your hardest ingredients to find. You can typically find it at your Whole Food store, like Sprouts, is where I got mine. Typically it is sold in a bar, which is very, very hard to cut, to deal with. You need to shred it, and it takes a long time to melt. My Sprouts, fortunately, sells it by the bulk, and it is sold kind of like salt is the texture it is. You can also buy pellets online, but they sell this by the ounce, which is great. It's $1.25, which is fantastic. You'll have to check that out. And this is very easy to melt. It was one of the quickest things melting in my pot. Cocoa butter, you can buy it in a tube, and it's 1 ounce. So it comes kind of like this. Smells fantastic. It smells like chocolate. And this is about $2, which is pretty good as well. And then coconut oil. Coconut oil you can buy, I got this one at Walmart, you can buy it at Sprouts, you can buy it pretty much anywhere. You can cook with it, which I do often. It's fantastic, and you can use it on your skin as well. You can also use essential oils to kind of make things smell a little bit better. I have vanilla and rosewood. The vanilla is a little bit sweet, so we'll see how that comes out. As for your molds, you're going to need silicone molds. These are pretty tiny, but they work as like a sample, or if you just want to, use your hands for, do it on your hands. This I got at Michael's, which is, they're very difficult to find. Michael's had them. I had a 50% off coupon, which is fabulous because they're not very cheap. You can find them where you make cakes, for the fondant, all that good stuff. They have different shapes, they have different sizes, all that good stuff. I did try using a cookie cutter for this one, and it worked out okay. I used foil to kind of do the back because it doesn't have anything to set it in, but I'll show you how to do that later. You're also going to need a glass jar, whether it's a mason jar, which is what I use. I've seen people use glass measuring cups. And you're also going to need a pot for water, so you can boil it in. You also need something to stir it with, which I came up with this. Typically wood is good to use it to stir because it doesn't stick as much. I used a toothpick, a long toothpick, and a clothespin. And it works, so we'll use that today. I also have a tablespoon to measure, and yeah, let's get started. Alright, so first off, we're going to want to turn the stove on. I have an electric stove, so I have it at about 7, which is typically what it takes to boil water. So we're going to get that started, but we're not going to let the water boil, because if you put this into boiling water, it's going to break. So we'll measure out our ingredients first. So beeswax, the more beeswax you put into it, the harder the consistency will be when you rub it on your skin. You don't want it to be too soft, and you don't want it to be too hard. So we are going to do about 4 to 5 tablespoons of beeswax. And we'll just put that into our glass jar. It'll be actually like 4.5 because one of my scoops was kind of skinny there. Get that into your jar, and then you're going to want to do the coconut oil. Now coconut oil is a little bit harder to scrape out because it is solid, because it is winter. In the summertime it does melt, so you'll find it like olive oil, it'll be liquid. So we'll do 1, 2, and we'll do 3. And then your cocoa butter is in a solid. That one's empty. And this thing sticks to it. So put that back in the little thing. And we'll put that in there. So you have all your ingredients in there, and try to get it off the thing, off the rim of the jar, because it will melt into your water and you don't really want that. So you just place it in your water and then you wait for it to start boiling. And this typically takes about 10 minutes for everything to melt. And you will want to stir occasionally and you'll see it start to turn into liquid. And that is exactly what you want it to do. Okay, so with the butterfly cookie cutter, I'm going to kind of wrap it in foil. So you want to get a plate and then foil. And this is kind of difficult because you're going to kind of want to squish it around the cookie cutter here and make sure that it's flat in the middle, and then it'll be easy to pour the oil in, which is pretty much liquid now. So we're going to be doing that next. We're going to be pouring the liquid into our molds. Okay, so all of our solids are liquid now. Just make sure they're liquid. Turn off your oven. And you're going to want to pull it off of the stove. The glass jar does move around while it's boiling, which makes a very interesting sound. So we have all of our molds ready. And you're going to want to be very careful with this because it is hot. You might need a second oven mitt to hold the bottom. My hand's not that big. I just wiped it off on a dish towel. And then you're just going to want to very carefully pour it into your molds. You want to fill each one up.
You may remember me as an on-air TV news anchor for more than 35 years. A lot has happened to me since then, most of it life-changing. While living in the Pacific Northwest...
Okay, now our butterfly mold.
I went in to lose 25 pounds, and I did. 2 years later, I've kept it all.
And it will kind of sink in, so you want to pour it a little bit slowly. And we do have a little bit left, so we'll see if any of these need a little bit extra. Okay, so we do have a little bit left, so I do want to try this and try pouring it into one of these tubes. They are like plastic, so we'll see if that works at all. Then it'll be like chapstick. It doesn't look like it's leaking anywhere, which is fabulous. So then you're just going to want to let all of these just cool a little bit. Okay, now the essential oils you'll want to add as well. So just a couple of drops there, and I'm just going to do one in here as well. In this you can do whatever scent you would like. I did vanilla. I did not do my rosewood. And that should give it a little extra scent boost. Okay, so this is the final product. What I did was I let it cool off a little bit, and then I put it in the refrigerator for a couple hours, and then they start to cool down and solidify. And so these little puppies, you just rub them in your hand a little bit. Your body heat will warm them up and let them melt. I don't know if you can see the glistening there. So you let them melt a little bit in your hand, and then you can rub them all over. You can rub them on your whole body, which is very nice for the dry winters here in Arizona. And once you wash your hands, it kind of lets a little coating go off, but it will help with the dryness on your hands if you're washing your hands a lot. Medical field I work in, we wash our hands a lot, and this works very nicely for keeping your hands from cracking, from getting too dry, and it's fabulous. It's great. So you can do the little samples here that'll give you a couple of good uses out of them. And then you have the bigger butterfly, which I have broken now, but that's what the cookie mold looks like. And that's a little bit bigger, and it does work very good. It hydrates you, and you can use it all over your body. You can use it just on your hands, but either way it feels great, and it keeps your hands from cracking during the day. Thank you very much for watching my video, and I hope you like these lotion bars as much as I did. Thank you guys.